That was nuts.
Alright, next coming up, we had Exil for the first time last week. Our Swedish OG player from the Exil days against another Swedish OG player, Raidknackarn. I can't believe this is Strive. I've seen this match played so many times in the old Guilty Gear game, but this will be the first time we see it on stream. Here, on Strive, on Bounty Hunters. Let's heck and go.
We saw Exil last week already with such a strong showing on their Eno. Obviously, I'm always happy to see some Eno being played, and Faust is definitely one of the more interesting characters to see played because there's so much wild stuff that can happen. So we'll see just in this short amount of time how much experience Exil might have been able to have. Because it's not a character that you see that much, Faust. Widely considered to be one of the bottom picks in Strive. Still has some stuff to show.
Oh, was it the hammer that got the hit? That might have actually been a cross-up hammer.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Was that a cross?
Wow, and that was RNG as well. I think Raidknackarn didn't have time to confirm what items were coming out there.
When you send the item super, you just believe. And now, can Exil get an extension? Gets more pressure because of the mini Faust allowing them to go in, but unfortunately doesn't just get a full continued combo from it, which is always hype when you use Faust Horde against Faust.
Nice, the far slash, and here comes
this joint on far slash.
Will the one who gets the first point. Here, Exil has a very good round start. And here comes the Eno Blender. Punch 2P, a little bit of breathing room. However, flips the positions. Nice, avoiding their own bomb. Locking themselves into the animation with throw.
Now Exil actually getting through the Afro explosion, but still getting hit and sent into the corner. And now Faust does apply a fair amount of pressure. And Raidknackarn finding the burst, being able to throw 2 items. There's a trumpet. If Exil takes it up, that can actually be fairly advantageous.
Doesn't quite get the mix attempt of their dreams, however. More players with a lot of meter.
Oh, the whole dive. Raidknackarn getting the YRC.
Was fishing there. 5 heavy whiff. Come at me. Come on. I know you want to dash forward. Speaking of that dash forward, historically I think, especially in the older games, this has been a little difficult for Eno because of her forward dash having a very linear trajectory that's kind of easy to intercept for Faust's very high-profile BMB pokes.
Yeah, I'm fairly sure Faust in Strive still has a lot of the same advantages, but you have the unfortunate reality of in a game where Chemical Love doesn't really work against most characters, being the one character that gets hit standing by it very consistently and gets whiff punished out of basically everything you try to do by it.
Oh!
You know, whereas in previous Guilty Gears the meme was you can't hit Faust standing with Chemical Love, now the tables have completely turned. Speaking of, there goes the super. You are plus 1,000,000 after getting blocked by that super. So now Eno gets a free mix on you. Raidknackarn managing to just escape.
Wow, the dive catching mix. Not getting pushed into the banana peel. Exil finding the hit.
Yeah, 6B is so strong in this matchup for Eno, you know? You are able to punish a lot of kind of Faust's long-reaching moves that, unfortunately for Faust players, aren't disjointed at all.
Yeah, we were talking about, 6Bs being pretty strong against Ramlethal. It's doubly so against Faust, who save from too heavy or
good
maybe
attempt
too
at
big.
cross-up by Raidknackarn, but Exil just having the realization, being mindful of it.
Nice whiff punish there with the stroke to big tree. YRC, get off me!
And a command grab. And as is typical for Faust players. If you get the command grab, you have to go for the jump dust. Getting that Afro on fire, getting the extra hit, that's a lot of pressure you can apply.
Gets the burst off. Oh,
and then Afro being there. Probably at the later limit of the duration on the Afro. Just getting it. Getting the hit.
Super interesting because not only does it allow you to go for those close range mix-ups, it does change the RPS game or the button interaction on in full screen. Like your character becomes like way higher standing. Like 6Ps might not be able to low profile under your pokes anymore. Not potato. Yeah, Exil forced to block that bomb. Nice dive. Prompting burst out of Raidknackarn right here, but
fishing line into RC. Unfortunately, gets the RC to hit, which does actually prevent Faust from getting the biggest damaging combo off of that situation.
Oh no, Exil! No!
Okay. Whoa! Get that bomb! Get that shit out of here! I don't want to get hit by it, but unfortunately wasn't enough to take the point. And Raidknackarn gets the second point.
Wow, the balls on Exil to not abort that sequence. It's kind of like he knew that Stroke the Big Tree will just knock the bomb away. Not enough though in that case. Wow. 6 heavy, then it's unblockable.
Yeah, that is unfortunate overhead ult. Second hit, counter hit. That gives a lot of room for Eno to just come in and approach you.
I noticed Raidknackarn is fishing a lot with that 5 heavy, which is a very decent button for Faust. I just don't see a lot of Fausts using that all too much.
I think it's a primarily matchup specific thing. It does stuff a lot of the ways in which Eno approaches. That is the 5k in other scenarios if you need the faster button. Yeah, 5k is the one for you. Oh no, I think that was a bit of a confusing bit because even I wasn't sure who had picked up the trumpet. Oh, the 6k will find its way in.
You could see Exil hesitating there, or not hesitating, trying to give Raidknackarn a little bit of time to press button and getting the counter poke.
With a good read, kind of anything Faust tries to do to you against Eno can kind of be reacted, and a lot of it by 6P. So you can just give them a little bit of space. Oh, solid grab.
Oh,
and
there you go.
And grab to
Here
finish
comes
it off.
the money. Bam.
Yeah, that is an extreme amount of overkill. You know, Faust is definitely not one of the tougher characters, but that super just deals actually too much damage.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
Yeah, especially like it's so hard to still remember that, you know, when they have that 50 meter, they do have the command grab option, which a lot of us old Guilty Gear heads wouldn't consider.
Yeah, and it's terrifying. It's absolutely awful how much damage that does. And I play Eno. I use that. I abuse that shit so much. And now Eno picking up the donut, blocking the 6 not 6 heavy, I forget what that move is. Oh no. Fraudulent caster alert.
Ooh, I think the double jump there, Exil probably trying to bait a wire C potentially. Just keeping Raidknackarn in the corner, finally getting a little bit of breathing room with the RC.
But that 6P, again, cannot be overstated how powerful 6P is. And just going into that jumping slash.
Yeah, it's pretty much been the BMB button of choice, or basically the base of the starting footsies for Exil so far.
Jumping slash is kind of the basis of your mix. It's the solid baseline for any healthy breakfast matchup. There's not a lot changes from just doing jump dust to start your mix.
A little
from
late
timings
there with the wall break.
Sometimes it happens.
I think Exil can sort of chill here, having a super big life lead, still finds the hit and brings it to each.
Yeah.
You know, we were I think a lot of people were sort of speculating Exil being maybe the newer player to strive out of these two. Were like maybe thinking that Exil wouldn't have been up to the task, but so far it looks to me they're playing very, very even.
Yeah. And Exil showed last week the ability to kind of do really well despite the kind of relatively low number of hours in the game. Just having the fundamentals and the knowledge to go for it.
Yeah, it's like even as an old health, you do need a couple of hours to get, you know, acclimated to the game. But after that, it's your sort of power level grow is exponential if you come from older Guilty Gear games, or if you're just, you know, old fighting game player. Period.
Some honest footsies.
Finding a small hit.
Raidknackarn finding the first hit. Oh, and with the Afro, that head explosion is a lot better. Trumpet coming, and Raidknackarn actually able to get it. Forcing Exil to block and go back into the corner, but the 6B finds itself a hit. And a reversal super from Faust?
This wouldn't break the wall, would it? I don't think so, right? Yeah.
Yeah, that is the unfortunate reality of Faust super. It's
not
slow,
really one of those supers.
It's slow, doesn't deal that much damage. It is just unreliable, unfortunately.
Exil very low on life. Yeah, 5k, the classic. That's gonna catch so many of Ino's approach trajectories. The dives, the forward dashes. You probably have to commit to stroke the big tree to be able to call that out.
Yeah. 5k is such a strong button in this matchup. Faust's one, that is. But then Faust is one of those characters that, you know, as much as people talk about just being bad, keeps consistently kind of being played. The people who want to play Faust, they love the character. They keep developing and developing new and interesting ways to play.
Maybe
Getting the character more success. I think we saw that in the Twitch Rivals. Apology Man actually doing really decent with his own Faust.
Maybe the Faust players just know something that we don't. It's like, yeah, this character is powerful, or maybe it I don't know, maybe they're just banking on the future. I mean, Season 2 is coming soon, so...
I mean, considering how much Faust shot up in the first balance patch, and how playable he became...
Wait! This... Changing to...
Okay, Mini Faust, best corner parry in the game. Ooh, unfortunately for Exil. Oh, that was the hit from the Afro explosion. Getting the kill.
And speaking of Season 2, like, even if the characters do change, I think you'd have to assume that a lot of the fundamentals are not going to change. You're still going to use your items sort of like the same way, so if you're banking on in the future, you should, you know, keep playing the character that you love the most.
Yeah. And all things considered, I mean, for the most part, Stripe is a pretty well-balanced game. You can just pick anyone that you like the look of, and it is a fully functional character for you to play. To varying degrees of effort, of course, but, you know, it all depends on what you're trying to get out of the game, of course.
Wow! Hammer denying the horn there. Once again,
and Hammer denying the dive and the weight.
Yo, the items getting all the perfect
just putting in work. And the jump K into the Afro explosion hit, securing the round.
Yeah, that's gonna be frustrating, especially for a character like Ino who doesn't have a lot of different approach angles. Just getting those hammers, getting those 10-ton weights, just preventing you from coming in. Once again, the hammer just completely cock-blocking Exil's pressure.
But the banana cock-blocking Raidknackarn's own pressure, which is, you know, another reality of playing Faust. Sometimes you're the one who's getting destroyed by the items. And that doesn't feel good when you're the one throwing them out. But now...
Yeah, well placed to be
grabbing the ankles.
Yeah, since that 2-2 even situation, Raidknackarn has really turned on the heat, gotten 3 in a row, now running away with a 5-2 lead against Exil here. It's been a while since Exil has been able to find their way in. As soon as I say that, here we go. Time to mix it up! Well placed Chemical Love as well. Has to respect the bomb.
Yeah, you have to just kind of hold it at those situations. Sometimes you can do some fun stuff like continuing pressure if you have meter and then just RCing when you know the bomb's about to explode, but that takes a lot of confidence in your ability to time when the bomb's actually gonna land.
Looking for the final hit. RC, hold this pressure overhead into a throw. Good job on Exil, keeping that corner for the duration of the whole round. Got the burst out of Raidknackarn as well. Now if Exil can do that again... It looks like Raidknackarn is mounting an offensive position. Yeah, burst from Exil, doesn't wanna...
Look at that! Aerial Chemical Love actually hitting a character and Thrive who is grounded. That's nuts. You don't see that in basically any matchups. And that's just what happens when you're a 9-foot tall doctor.
Again, another round with very good items to prevent Exil from being able to mount any sort of counterattack. But oh boy, here we go once again. Raidknackarn is getting their burst back. Oh, it was looking like Exil was baiting it for a moment. But now,
yes.
What does Raidknackarn have? Nothing! This is Exil's run to take.
Yeah.
Oh,
and there it is. The slight touch into the super with the wall break damage. That's all you need.
Was that a hit confirm, or was Exil just gonna dial into that super and plus frames?
I think that was just guaranteed. That was just a guaranteed combo. You can just keep that going with the jumping slash. Fairly sure you can even slot in more hits in between, but that's just unnecessary at that point. Take the least scaled amount of damage from the super and just break the wall and go into the Oki.
Ooh, the big counter hit. Denying the note Oki, but still getting the corner position now. 50 meter for... Ooh, doesn't even get to use it. Knock them down. Still has the 50 in the bank. Very careful approach there on the round start position from Exil. Against the cross
and the cross up, yeah. Those crow setups.
A little unfortunate, had so much meter to spend, but didn't get a good opportunity to spend any of it. Ooh, that was a dangerous position to be for Raidknackarn when your opponent is right below you with that love bag. Meter's coming. Karn crushing. Oh, nice! Flipping the positions. But the little guy is still active. Does perfect correction.
Grab. Oh, very good. Another grab. Not going for the super wall break. But still, Eno can do stuff with the meter in neutral. You can put up a lot of pressure. Getting Raidknackarn's burst out. Raidknackarn wanting to go for the win, but unfortunately just gets it hit confirmed away with a jumping slash into super.
Very decent round start. Tried to crawl.
Now this is really good position for Exil, in fact. Oh, the blocked head explosion causing it to hit Raidknackarn because it hangs up in the air. And now, this is... Exil has more resources. Oh, the banana peel?
Ooh, this time able to avoid the explosion of the bag. Again, yeah, that's so important. Like, if you block that back, it's gonna be a lot of plus frames for
oh,
Pulse.
Wow. The double jump with the head explosion to kind of hit Raidknackarn and force some self-damage and a good position. And a grab to finish it off.
Don't even need to spend the 50. Exil on the chase.
Yeah, that was insane. That was a really well-played match now from Exil. And it's a very real comeback that can happen now. You know, just a little bit of presence behind, a little bit of continued adaptation to what Raidknackarn is doing, and you know, Exil can take it. And also, it's an interesting phenomenon because, you know, I hang out with Dr. Tony, and we exchange kind of some knowledge about our characters. And I've noticed that every Ino player says that Faust is a favorable matchup for her, and every Faust player says that Ino is a favorable matchup for him. And I'm not sure who I should believe.
Is it just that every character or every player of those characters just hasn't met the— Oh!
Oh no! Getting hit by his own bomb. Raidknackarn is forced to use meter on the defensive, but Exil is still on the chase. Gets mashed out by 5P. And now Raidknackarn just advancing when the trumpet is sent, because you just kind of have to. You can't allow your opponent to get it as Faust.
Oh, the read there! The long reaching low, preventing Exil from going stroke the big tree. That's the very basis of the RPS. It's the 2P and the 2 heavy, the 2 buttons that are able to attack that stroke the big tree from Ino. And now, Exil with a very nice position. Looking cool,
Going for
stylish.
Blocking with the note. I think it was a little bit of an autopilot, just wanting to go for the note afterwards. But it doesn't matter. You just abuse the plus frames, go for the mix, and then get the round win.
Ooh, good 5 PP. Yeah, sometimes you have to go for those 2Ps, 5Ps, whatever is your fastest, decently anti-airing fast option against Ino's forward dash. 5K works as well.
And Faust's 5P just cannot be overstated. I'm sorry. It's such a good button for stuffing out those same air approaches. Because, you know, by virtue of Faust being as big as he is, that's covers a lot of space.
Yeah, maybe it's a balancing factor then that Faust really doesn't get like a big conversion out of that button.
Oh, that's going to be a lot of damage that actually just kills. Woof! And now, Raidknackarn going into the 6 out of 7. Set point.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
Exil not too far away, but has to pull the longest win streak of this set if they want to still come out victorious. 2S anti-air, working out for Raidknackarn. Nice, able to avoid the horde, pushed back into the bomb, yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately, being forced to respect the bomb never feels good. Oh, I'm the criminality that is Faust jump 2K, getting the hit on stroke.
Burst has been used, still has around 100 meter to use for this pressure. Oh, what a...
Unfortunately, YRC doesn't clear projectiles. Ino Super is a projectile that just likes to linger for a bit. And,
oh, that's right. That's what happens. I was like, how does that call out YRC? But indeed, like you said, straight into it once again.
Look at how much damage that does with gut scaling. And now Exil just gets to keep going for a little bit. A 6-speed god button. Definitely one of Ino's best. You know, there are options in the game that you can just do reversal 6B and be fine and win.
That's exactly what Exil needed. Get that, you know, double good round. Exil only needs 2 more. Lots of bombs on the table. Looking for that one knockdown. 5P once again preventing Exil from air dashing in for that mix-up. Ooh, good commit to the dash.
Oh yeah, that's a lot. That's a big wall. Hammer plus exploding head. That covers a really decent amount of space. And now, oh no, not blocking the little guy. That doesn't matter. Is that a start of oh? Yeah, the invincibility frames on Fortissimo, beating out YRC once again.
Another really unfortunate timing there for Raidknackarn. Twice in a row now trying to get, you know, off of them. But I guess you sort of you have to respect that super cancel a little. Diving under, building up extra real estate. Corner to corner now. It's Raidknackarn still has a couple of options for defending themselves with. There's the burst.
Yeah,
But
still
Exil-
having meter to potentially go for a YRC if they are blocking. But unfortunately, Exil whiffing the first hit of the super makes it very punishable. Raidknackarn just goes for the close slash, which, you know, covers that option. And now, oh, that just kills.
Yeah, I like the hold there on the burst for Exil. That might have potentially been super dangerous because Raidknackarn did have the 100 meter there. A lot of potential to go for RC baits.
Yeah, but now Raidknackarn just needs to win this one round to take the W on the set. Exil still needing 3 rounds.
If Exil goes for a couple of really explosive combos here, Raidknackarn might not be able to build their burst back in time. One more. What if it's a command grab? No.
No, just opting to go for the mix, just continuing a mix instead of going for kind of one big combo option, which definitely you could do as Eno, just opting to go for the mix, which will ultimately result in more damage if you just keep hitting it.
Oh, here we go. That's the gold burst.
Gold
Oh
burst.
my goodness, yes.
Doesn't even need to use it. The solid hover dash slash.
And
And
Exil.
now, going to
Bringing
a
it.
final game.
Duel 1.
6 apiece. Wow, it's been such a roller coaster match. Raidknackarn had a pretty sizable lead there. 2-5 at one point, but Exil not giving up. Going all out. And now it's all up to this match.
Oh, and there's a mini Faust on the other side of the screen who is much too far away to help you, Raid. I am very sorry to say you are going to have to be getting out of the corner here on your own, but it does seem like they're able to do it. Yeah.
Oh,
Getting unfortunately grabbed out on the land. Oh, this is such slow amount of damage. Goes for the cross-up.
the base was probably a little too fast there for Raidknackarn to grasp what was going on. The cross-up, not holding FD, not having time to use YRC.
And now, after having been in the kind of hot seat, Raidknackarn is the one being put in the corner, in set, and in the game itself. And once again, there's a mini Faust running away, but Exil, with the realization, using the RC to still block it.
The dive is good. Is the YRC gonna come out? No, doesn't find the right block. Here it is.
But there it is. Okay, this might be Raidknackarn's last hurrah on this round to kind of take the W. Just needs a couple good interactions here.
What a 5P. Has the
Oh,
burst.
unfortunately,
You know what? It's Exil! The classic dash forward jump slash finding the hit. Exil coming out of that very disadvantageous position. Wow.
yeah, finding the adaptations and getting the win. That was insane. Also, Zin, thank you for the raid.
Howdy, gamers.
Nearly 30 viewers. That was an insane set.
Yeah,
well,
you
very
should.
well played for both players. Again,
Yeah.
anytime there's a Faust, even if it is against my main, against my girl Eno, I gotta have a little bit of a soft spot because Faust is. I just respect Faust players so much. You know, so disadvantaged by the game itself, still finding it in them to persevere and keep going. And Raidknackarn showed that it doesn't mean anything to just be kind of bottom